Are you ready to deliver cross-channel experiences your shoppers will love? Mo Engage is an insights-led customer engagement platform built for the customer obsessed. With AI-powered automation, personalization capabilities, and inbuilt analytics, Mo Engage is built to cater to your customer-driven needs and enables hyper-personalization at scale across multiple channels like mobile push, email, in-app, website push, on-site messages, and SMS. To download your holiday shopper strategy pack, go to moengage.com/exp/total retail.
Welcome to Total Retail Talks, your podcast channel for retail knowledge.
Hello and welcome to this episode of Total Retail Talks. I'm Joe Keenan, the editor-in-chief of Total Retail. I'm joined on this episode by Brigitte Barron, the director of CRM at e.l.f. Beauty. Brigitte and I are here at the CRMC conference in Chicago, and we're going to talk to Brigitte a little bit about the CRM strategy at e.l.f. Beauty and just a little bit about her role at the company as well. So thanks for joining me, Brigitte.
Awesome. Yeah, thank you so much for having me.
So to get us started, why don't you go ahead and tell our audience a little bit about yourself, your current role at e.l.f. Beauty. I mentioned director of CRM, so tell us a little bit about kind of your role and your kind of day-to-day work.
Yeah, absolutely. So I've been in CRM for most of my career and beauty for a while. So I joined e.l.f. Recently in 2020, right in the middle of the pandemic, and onboarded remotely, so that was fun. But my role was really created when the company started thinking more about loyalty and the importance of CRM. And so my role is to oversee globally our loyalty, CRM, email, SMS, all of those strategies for the 4 brands in our portfolio. So we have e.l.f. Cosmetics, e.l.f. Skin, Well People, which is our plant-powered clean beauty brand, and Keys Soul Care, which is our beauty brand that we launched with Alicia Keys. And my team, we have a pretty lean team at e.l.f., and we're primarily focused on our Beauty Squad program for e.l.f. Cosmetics, our Soul Care Rewards program for Keys Soul Care, and then all email, SMS, first-party data analytics, and site personalization as well. So my day-to-day is pretty varied, and we get to do a lot of interesting projects.
Yeah.
But that's what I'm working on.
Yeah, quite busy, and but also having kind of your hands in a lot of different brands, and I'm sure it's a lot of fun. As I noted, we're here at CRMC, and actually you presented here at the show on how e.l.f. Cosmetics is boosting its loyalty program, and you're doing that. One way you're doing that is by highlighting your most valuable customers. Can you talk a little bit about that process at e.l.f. Beauty and a little bit about what you talked about here at the show?
Yeah, absolutely. So we recently went through a full overhaul and relaunch of our loyalty program, and we did this to really try to build something that was truly differentiated, really unique in the beauty space, and that's something that we're going to have to constantly be striving towards. So, first we really wanted the program to be omnichannel. The e.l.f. brand is very widely distributed, and so we wanted our consumers to be able to participate wherever they were shopping e.l.f., whether that was Target, Ulta, Walmart, Amazon, and be able to earn rewards in those channels. So that was really important to us. And then we really thought about, kind of gamification, especially with the tiers, and making sure our top tier members felt like VIPs. So we give them benefits like always on free shipping for our site and our app, but we also give them some unique benefits like the ability to sign up and try full-size free product before it launches or as we're launching it. And we also bring them along for a lot of the new products we're launching, a lot of new features we're working on, and actually ask them for feedback to weigh in on that process. So, we made a lot of changes, introduced a lot of new rewards, introduced a lot of ways for members to earn points beyond just purchasing. And there's a lot more on the horizon for us.
Yeah. You bring up an interesting point with your brand that you're selling at some of your retail partners. You mentioned Target and Ulta and some of the others that you called out. How is that? Talk a little bit about the ability to track your loyalty program members' behaviors at those stores, since they're not company owned by e.l.f.
Yeah, so we, in terms of data sources for how we're tracking, we're looking at our loyalty member spend and engagement year over year and tracking how we're moving the needle on those KPIs. We're also tracking loyalty member behavior. So we have, we have our site traffic, our app traffic segmented by different segments of users. And from there, we can see high intent and medium intent and low intent purchase behavior and start to understand what our high value shoppers look like. And then in terms of trying to understand how our shoppers are engaging with the program outside of our D2C brand site, right now we're using receipt scan. And so we can allow them to submit what they're buying and see from there how they're participating, what channels they like to shop. But I would say the last, most kind of crucial way that we're finding out what our shoppers are doing is zero-party data. So we're actually just asking them and trying to build a full profile and understand better their shopping preferences, their preferred shopping channel, all their beauty and skincare concerns. And so it's a variety of different ways that we're testing and learning.
So after you've done the identification process and here are our high-value customers, here are our most engaged members, what's the messaging strategy like to communicate with those customers?
Yeah, so we have tried to take a full 360 approach, and we're trying to think about loyalty as it being integrated in everything we're doing. So it's not, hey, we're launching a product or we have this campaign live, and oh, by the way, separately we have loyalty. We're trying to weave that into everything we're doing. So from the CRM side of things, we've got email, SMS, we've got our site personalization and on-site notifications, and then our mobile app is really critical for loyalty. We've relaunched it as to be a truly native app, and it's meant to be a loyalty hub for our users where they can kind of find all things loyalty. And then we're also testing into some other channels like direct mail. We're testing into using a Facebook group to communicate with our top tier members, invite only, and give them, special updates. And then we're also testing into some, kind of physical in-person activations where our team might be running, a PR event, and there we're, bringing loyalty into the mix and trying to get new members to sign up.
What are you finding, through your research and through your data that your customers and specifically your loyalty program members want to hear from e.l.f. about? Is it, promotions, special offers, but also some content? Tell us a little bit about kind of how you think about the types of messaging that you're sending out as well.
Yeah, so I think it depends really on the type of consumer. We have a really diverse audience, and so our I would say maybe newer customers or prospects are really interested in just learning about e.l.f. They're in the discovery phase. They're really drawn into the idea of free samples and testing free products with us. And our high intent, our most valuable consumers, they want to see everything from us. They're actually buying every single subcategory that we offer, which I think is really unique in the beauty space, where a lot of consumers are, loyal to one brand for one subcategory.
Product,
yeah, exactly. And they're really shopping everything. They're engaging with all of our channels. They're beauty enthusiasts, so they want to see a lot of content, tips, tutorials, and they're really on top of, I think, the latest tricks and trends that are going on in the makeup industry. So
yeah, that's actually a good lead in. I was going to ask about kind of tracking engagement, which you've talked a little bit already. Maybe talk a little bit about kind of some of the data sources that you're looking at to track that engagement and then kind of dictate how you're going to message and communicate and engage with that customer going forward.
Yeah. So, within our loyalty program, we're collecting a lot of data. We have a beauty profile. That's a big source of zero-party data. And so we incentivize them with points to complete that profile. And then from there, we're learning, a little demographic info, but we're also learning, how many skincare products do they use in their routine? What's their makeup skill level? Are they a beginner, or are they a full-blown makeup artist or professional? And so we build out that profile, and then we use that to serve them personalized product recommendations. And what we're working on is, trying to use that data to also serve them personalized content. It's a journey. We're constantly optimizing towards that, but that's a big source of data for sure. And then there's, of course, the inferred data from purchase behavior, browsing behavior on the site, social listening. We're constantly listening. I work very, very closely with our social community management team, our customer service team, and we're constantly trying to incorporate the feedback we're getting there. So quite a few data sources. We bring everything into our CDP, and we try to, capture as much as we can to build that full view.
And you talked about, I think it's a great point, the collaboration with some of the other departments in the organization. So your customer service team, your team that's producing all of your social content, listening and talking with them, and kind of fully formed strategy. You were joined during your session here at CRMC by Oracle CrowdTwist. So talk a little bit about that relationship and why it's been beneficial for e.l.f. Beauty.
Yeah, absolutely. So Oracle CrowdTwist, they've been fantastic partners to us for many different reasons. But I think, the biggest thing that stood out to us is, we really wanted to prioritize loyalty, our technology, and wanted to make sure we had the best tech partner to scale the program. So we recently moved our U.S. site to global shipping. We now ship to almost 30 countries, and we have multiple different D2C sites in the UK and EU and Germany. So we needed a partner that could allow us to segment by different country and region, build different versions of the program by all those countries. And so CrowdTwist was the right partner for that. We also wanted a tool that was extremely flexible. We know the loyalty space is changing constantly. And so the Oracle CrowdTwist tool really allows us to, as business users, change the program at any time, drop new rewards in, make these changes without needing to involve our dev team or any IT support. And then, of course, they're a great team from a strategy perspective and a technical support perspective as well.
Yeah, that speed factor you talked about, too, without having to involve development.
Yeah, we call it e.l.f. speed.
Exactly. And then lastly, Brigitte, maybe can you talk a little bit about, you've talked about some of the things that you've already done. What's kind of in the pipeline? What could be next for the e.l.f. Beauty loyalty program? Where your kind of attention is? Where is it focused?
Yeah. So omnichannel growth is a huge priority, as I've mentioned. So we're really trying to figure out, we have this great connection with our D2C consumers. We've got over 70% of our e-commerce sales coming from these loyalty members. We want to now kind of capture the full, picture of all e.l.f. consumers wherever they're shopping. So as we think about that, we're thinking about our packaging and how can we, maybe put QR codes or put an element on our packaging that helps drive consumers to loyalty when they're at the shelf in stores. Of course, most of our business is still, brick and mortar stores. So that's a big thing we're thinking about, how to get creative there. And then, product launches, brand collaborations have been a huge lever for us, and a really unique benefit that we offer to loyalty. So anytime we are doing a product launch, we gate that access on our brand site. We launch it to our loyalty members first. And so you have to be part of e.l.f. Beauty Squad to shop our new releases before you can get them at any retailers. And so when we launched our e.l.f. x Dunkin' collaboration, we had a huge influx of loyalty members from this benefit. So we will continue to do more of that. And then I think our app is a huge priority. The mobile app will continue to test and learn there. We've launched new features like virtual try-on and a barcode scanner, and we'll be thinking about, maybe with that barcode scanner, how can we use that to make maybe the receipt scan process more seamless, or another way for users to participate in loyalty.
And I would imagine at e.l.f. Beauty, it's the case with so many retailers and brands that those omnichannel customers are the most valuable to the brand. So you want to try to give them the best experience possible, given that their value to the kind of the bottom line.
Yeah, absolutely. So, we're always trying to optimize all of our experiences, but I think it only works because loyalty is a priority for the whole company. Our broader marketing team, even beyond marketing, everyone is kind of thinking about loyalty and how we can make e.l.f. Beauty Squad the best possible program and how we can weave it into everything we're doing from a day to day.
Great. Well, I want to take the opportunity to thank Brigitte Barron. This is the Director of CRM and Customer Growth at e.l.f. Beauty, for joining us on Total Retail Talks here at CRMC. Thank you, Brigitte.
Awesome. Thanks so much.
Thanks for listening. For more information on this podcast, please check out our podcast channel page at mytotalretail.com/podcasts for show notes. Total Retail Talks is available on Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, Stitcher, and Spotify. Make sure to subscribe on our podcast channel page as well. If you've enjoyed this episode, please take a few moments to rate and review this podcast. Thanks, and until next time, this has been Total Retail Talks.
Mo Engage's customer engagement platform consistently receives recognition from leading analyst reports and customers. Along with being recognized by Gartner, Forrester, and G2, Mo Engage is one of the highest rated multi-channel marketing platforms by customers in Gartner Peer Insights reviews, with top ratings across criteria for customer experience. From digital-first startups to global enterprises, brands across industries trust Mo Engage to power their customer engagement strategies. To download your holiday shopper strategy pack, go to moengage.com/exp/total retail.